Hey everybody! How's it going? My name is nyiddle. I'm a horror speedrunner, and I'm here with a very special treat. I have Goosebumps Dead of Night. It's a really short run, so I just want to get some stuff out of the way. So, Goosebumps Dead of Night is a game made by Cosmic Forces. It's a really small dev studio, and it was made as a tie-in to the 2018 Goosebumps film featuring Jack Black. So, we're blessed with Jack Black as a VA for actually two characters in the game, which is actually kind of confusing. He's both like R.L. Stine and Slappy. And the basic plot of the game is that Jack Black has been sucked into the typewriter, which R.L. Stine uses to sort of type the Goosebumps stories, and the Goosebumps stories have come to life. So we're going to see a few creatures from some various Goosebumps classics. It is sort of based on like the more modern Goosebumps movie. Either way, it's a goosebumpin' good time, if you know what I'm saying. So we're going to be doing any percent, and we're going to be doing normal difficulty. Any percent just means we can use any glitches we want. There is a glitchless category, which is about 10 minutes longer. It's not that much longer. But yeah, we're going to be showcasing a few really fun glitches, which I'm excited about. Time will start once I press escape during the intro, so I'll count down. And yeah, let's get into it. This is a fast-paced run, so hopefully I don't forget anything. Here we go.
The typewriter and I.
So the basic gist of the plot is that we have to save Jack Black from Jack Black by stopping Jack Black. So like we have to kill Jack Black, but we also have to save Jack Black. You see what I'm saying, right? Anyway, time starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this is Goosebumps Dead of Night. The first thing you're going to notice is a lot of strafe running. Strafe running is actually faster than moving in straight lines, so we're going to be strafe running pretty much everywhere we can. The other thing you may notice is I do have a stamina bar. So we're going to be kind of abusing that in a few instances, but for the most part we're going to be fatiguing as soon as possible and just running to objectives where we can. So this is the first major skip. This skip's about 1 minute. Having to get introduced to the graveyard ghoul, which we've named Gwen. And you're going to notice those boxes, not there anymore. Oh, I actually messed up. Hang on. Naturally, the marathon luck is in full effect. So, graveyard ghoul was not supposed to turn around there. We're going to have to kind of do that again. No big deal. This is a very short run, even with some blunders, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, so basically what the game wants us to do here is collect 10 pages for this book. They're scattered throughout the house. Normally, if we did the cutscene with this graveyard ghoul in that room how we're supposed to, I'm gonna wait extra long here to be safe. There we go. Okay. Normally, if we do this cutscene, we get a free page that they kind of give to us during the cutscene, but the game's just going to give that to us when we reload our checkpoint. So you're going to notice us reloading checkpoints quite a lot through here, as we just scoot around the house picking up pages. You may have noticed we aggroed Slappy, so Slappy's going to appear somewhere around here in a second or two. And now there's a lawn gnome attack. Oh no! So much going on in so little time. So there's one gnome we care about, the one with the key. And he kind of got stuck there, which is actually really good RNG, because the farther he goes, the farther we have to go to get that key. So we got the dining room key. The gnomes took some of our pages, but again, it doesn't matter because we're going to be reloading checkpoints. And now we're going to come to another glitch, which I've called Hitbox Displacement. And basically, we're going to use the fact that crouching under objects kind of moves our hitbox forward to allow us to clip through a door and go into a closet, which then allows us to grab another page. And we're going to do the same thing here to trigger the living room door from the wrong side. This skips a cutscene. So we're skipping as many cutscenes as we can. There's like 3 major cutscenes in the house section, and we've skipped 2 of the 3. So that's pretty cool. Saves a heckin' lot of time. And we're going to come through here. Hopefully ghoul is not a problem. Cool, we're good. So you may notice that everything is an insta-kill. Any enemy that you like come into contact with just triggers a cutscene with a jump scare, and that's like the death animation. The checkpoints are pretty forgiving, and this is the last page. So we've collected all the pages, and now Jack Black is telling us that we can go downstairs and murder Jack Black. So we're gonna come down here, And this is the Slappy fight. I hope you've been keeping up so far, because the run only gets faster from here. So Slappy's in the basement. We have to throw some lawn gnomes at him. Where the lawn gnomes can appear is pretty RNG. We do have a setup for this that I sort of recently discovered. And we're going to come over here, grab the first gnome. Slappy should be right there. We're going to come over here. If we get lucky, very lucky, Slappy got stuck. And then we need one more gnome. Or we could just die. So we're going to do this fight again. We're getting some serious marathon luck today. Yeah, the basic gist of this fight is Slappy appears in random spots. It was pseudo-random. It's based on the camera direction and where you're standing. So you may notice I try to face in certain directions to get Slappy to appear where I want him to. Cool. And then, hopefully we don't get jebaited. Perfect. Really good Slappy fight. So, yeah, the issue that can arise between the red lawn gnomes attempting to kill you is Slappy sometimes doesn't appear where you expect or want him to, because you weren't facing in the right direction when he respawned. So, there is, like, some tech that I was playing around with where if you stand in a corner, you can get Slappy to spawn, like, right behind you. But I haven't... That's still being labbed. So we're done with the house section. Hooray, we only died twice. It's funny, my practice runs were also going a little rough, so I'm not surprised.
I'll be taking this. Thanks for the book,
So,
dummy.
Slappy has stolen the book. We've actually only made him stronger, because now he has the book with the pages in it. Big oof. And we're gonna head into the Conservatory, aka the Greenhouse, aka the Arboretum. I think we have a few other names for it. I think officially it's called the Conservatory, but I'm not really sure. So basically, we're being infected with some sort of Groot transformation juice. I'm not exactly sure what the science is behind it. It's altering our cells with plant DNA, as we're about to find out. And this is going to be the first instance in the run of a glitch called ISG. And you may know of a glitch called ISG from a little game called Ocarina of Time. Not very popular. But trust me, Goosebumps is the true ISG. So ISG stands for Infinite Sprint Glitch, not Infinite Sword Glitch, despite what Ocarina of Time runners might have you believe. And essentially, we can abuse the fact that there's a bug in the game where if a voice line is finishing and your sprint bar is exhausted at like the same sort of second, your sprint bar just never counts you as exhausted. So right now we're sprinting, but you'll notice on screen we have a fully exhausted sprint bar. Let's not mess this up, because this part's... Okay, cool. You can hear the overlapping dialogue because we're going way faster than we're supposed to. And that's the exact spot where I was dying in practice. Okay, so we're just gonna watch this again real quick. And then we're going to come to another major glitch. So all the glitches in this game were discovered by myself and like 3 or 4 other people. It's a very tight-knit speedrunning community for this game. If you're looking for a game to pick up that's like a, you know, weekend learn sort of thing, this is a pretty good choice. So, we're going to take this box and we're going to just yeet ourselves away. This glitch is known as Boxfly or Box Yump. It was discovered by Balvetta Vex and Nico Hart and Flirp Maderp and myself, and a lot of sweaty Discord calls later. We have this very nice, very straightforward skip. So we just skipped like 3 sections in the Conservatory. There's like 2 puzzle sections. There's a section where you have to run past some bees and some killer flowers. It's all very slow. So you see we're using these ingredients, which we actually never collected. The game has no sort of like trigger checkpoints or anything like that. So because we're in the area where we're supposed to be, the game's like, oh, you must have the things that you're supposed to have. Now we're just going to make a little mess. The amount that you have to pour in is specific, and there's an audio cue that you'll hear. Oh, right there. To let you know when you've poured in the correct amount. This is the part of the game where somebody comes in and says, why are you playing a baby game? Like, this looks like a child's game. And I say, Do you know how optimized this child's game has become, sir? Anyway, so we made the juice. We're gonna have the purple drink. It's excellent. It's delicious. Hydration check, everybody. Make sure you're hydrated. And this will cure our plantism, which is fantastic. There's a bit of lore in this section. This dude, like the tree guy that we're about to be introduced to, Dr. Brewer, he like turned his daughter into a tree or something. I'm not even sure if this is based on any Goosebumps story. I think this is just kind of like lore that the devs wanted to put in. So we're gonna throw the potion at him. Just give him a little yeet. It's a good thing we didn't miss. If you miss, you have to do the whole potion making thing again, and it's very easy to miss because this game is kind of jank. In case you haven't noticed. So here, the goal is to just get through that door without accidentally tabbing out of the game, because our cursor actually escapes during that section, and there's no way around it. Your cursor will always leave the window at some point during the run. It's just one of those things you gotta deal with. So now we're at the Tesla Tower. Fantastic. There's two really long sections here. We're not gonna do either of them. They're way too long. If you want to see those sections, the glitchless run is the way to go. But trust me, they're pretty boring. They're like puzzle sections. You got to move some stuff around. The hitboxes aren't very good. It's no fun. So we're gonna do 2 skips. Also, you may have noticed Slappy there. His model doesn't quite disappear in time. So we come to Tesla Tower. This skip was primarily discovered, the one that we're about to do, was primarily discovered by Flirtmaderp. I did have another way that I figured out of doing it, where we take that, like, pillar pylon that he's pushing, and we actually ride that to get over the boundary and get to the next section, which the game accepts. The game is like, oh, you did it. You're in the next section. Congratulations. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to get to the end goal of these puzzle sections right off the bat. So there's a gun, it's like a Tesla gun, in the case over there. And we're going to grab it straight away. Or, you know, attempt to. So he tells us we have to unlock it. So first step is we get up here, then we do a little wiggle, then we open the case. And this took quite a bit of labbing and figuring out, and then we do a little twist maneuver. Sometimes I have to wiggle. I get called a goop sometimes. It's great. This is being a little finicky. Oh, I saw it. Oh, hang on. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. So we picked up the gun, even though we were absolutely not supposed to. There is nothing preventing you from picking up the gun. It truly exists in the case. And then we're also just going to go on the elevator, even though there's a whole section that we're supposed to do with some gummy bears. There's like some murderous gummy bears. We have to hit 3 switches. We have to go back. We have to pick up a book. It all sounds very slow, and trust me, it is. So now we're at the Witch's Catwalk, I believe is what we're calling this, or Final Ascent. I'm going to be very careful about my sprint bar, because we're going to get an infinite sprint glitch here. So at that voice line, make him pay, that's when I know I'm good to fully hold sprint. And because our sprint bar ends when the MP3 dialogue ends, we, for whatever reason, I can't technically explain this. Okay, so hardest skip in the game right here. Perfect. Okay. So, the Witch's Catwalk is falling apart as we're climbing across it, as you may have noticed. And what the game actually wants us to do is, like, we're supposed to, like, be taking these, like, roundabout ways to get to the correct thing. You're not supposed to be able to walk directly over the falling platforms. You're supposed to, like, go around and do this whole thing. We're not going to do any of that, because we were infinitely sprinting. So, the game doesn't expect you to be full speed the whole way through that section. In extreme difficulty, the platforms actually fall a bit faster, so you can't do that glitch at all. So that's a little bit of time save we only get in normal. So now we're at the final boss. Believe it or not, we made it. Only, what, 3 deaths? Not bad. The final boss works in 3 phases. Here are some enemies. We only actually saw one of them, because we just kind of glitched our way through the house. So there's 3 phases, each representing the 3 enemies from the house. You may notice I'm sprinting infinitely here also. I don't know why this happens, but it does. Once again, everything is an insta-death, so we don't want to stand in the fire circles, we don't want to get hit by the witches, and we don't want to get hit by whatever enemies he's sending. He's sending the clown now. Yeah, so these orbs actually spawn in the same spot every time. It's very consistent, so as long as you're sort of standing in the right spot and know where to aim, you can hit those pretty much the frame that they spawn in.
Far more angry than
So this is the third and final phase. Time will be on the final voice line. So I'll give a countdown for it. And we just have to repel some of these orbs. I hope y'all have enjoyed this run. It's very fast-paced. I couldn't mention everything. There's far more that goes into this run than I could possibly explain in the time of this run. So time is in 3, 2, time. GG, everybody. That was a pretty good run. We obviously flubbed a few things. Since it's a short run, it's always very reset heavy. Since everything is an insta-death and there's a fair bit of RNG, it is a pretty volatile run. I would like to think I came under estimate. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah. This is Goosebumps Dead at Night. My name is nyiddle. I have the world record in every category in this game. If you want to run this game, Nico Hart has a fantastic guide. It's not fully up to date, but if you're looking to learn the run over a weekend or something like that, easy. You can easily learn this run in a weekend. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Big shoutouts to Jack Black and the Goosebumps speedrunning community. Big shoutouts to the devs. And if you like what you saw, come hang out with me on Twitch. How about that? Bye-bye.